Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And now making his entrance to the ring, welcome the challenger and the Destroyer, Ruiz Jr.
Heavyweight has held all 4 belts.
To the ring, the defending world champion, AJ Anthony Joshua.
Anthony Joshua grabbing a swig of water, and now we'll hear the instructions from referee Michael Griffin.
Gentlemen, you both received my instructions in the dressing room. Obey my commands. I want you to protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves now, men. You're boxing at the bell. God bless you both. Michael!
We are getting ready for the start of this heavyweight championship title fight. Andy Ruiz Jr. getting his second chance. Havlin in 2016 lost a majority decision to Joseph Parker for the vacant WBO title. It was Anthony Joshua who took Parker's title away in March of 2018. Round 1 underway. Joshua a significant height advantage on Ruiz, but Ruiz has had success against taller fighters in the past.
Yeah, his people say against Parker he just didn't do enough. He didn't throw enough punches, and they want to correct that immediately, and so we will.
And Ruiz often says the only thing that's held him back is people's perception thanks to his doughy body. As you can see, There's quite a difference in physical specimen between Joshua and Ruiz, but Joshua very much respects the boxing ability of Andy Ruiz Jr. He said once Jarrell Miller pulled out, this ended up actually being maybe even a tougher opponent than Miller would have been for him. Joshua using that jab.
Yeah, that's a good one.
He's jabbed much more often over his last few fights than he did earlier in his career when it was mostly power punching from Anthony Joshua. 22-0, 21 knockouts. Only time he went the distance was against Joseph Parker, which he said he did in part because everybody was clamoring for him to. And he said now that it's the only fight he didn't knock him out, he wished he would have because he felt like he could have.
Well, he's become a much more patient fighter than he was, as you pointed out. He tried to get everybody out of there as quick as he can. Now he looks more to wear his opponent down and then finish him. And it all starts with that jab.
And to your point, Barry throws way fewer punches per round than he did earlier in his career. A lot of stalking going on in this first round. Ruiz tried the left hand. Joshua patiently sizing him up. He has indeed become much more poised as his career has lengthened. Maybe patient is the better word, as Ruiz caught him with the right hand after Joshua missed over the top. Joshua trying to stick that jab through the midst of Ruiz.
Definitely what he wants to do in this fight is keep Ruiz on the end of the jab. Ruiz's best chance, of course, is to crowd him.
Ruiz said to win a fight like this, you have to be willing to die in the ring, and that's the mentality he'll have. Joshua again kept him at bay with that jab.
Good strong jab. Pretty slow first round, I thought. Largely feeling out. Both guys just kind of getting into a rhythm.
Boxing, use your height and reach. You can't get past the jab if you jab up and down, and then walk into the right hand. Okay? Put your legs out. Relax. Bit busy with the jab up and down. Start shooting the odd 1-2. The odd 1-2 up on your toes. The odd 1-2. Bub. Keep him long. Keep him long. Don't look for the hooks yet. Keep him long. Jab, backhand. If you can shoot one there, you have to feint first. Don't fall in and don't rush anything, okay? Have a little drink. Where's the bucket, Sal? Where's the bucket? Bucket. Relax. Listen, he's going to drop coming over the top. Meet him with a jab and a 1-2. When he comes in, yeah, meet him with a jab and a 1-2. Don't have your hands down, all right? Come on,
Start of round number 2.
Interesting, I thought there was an actual conversation in the corner. Usually you don't hear the fighter contribute much.
And Ruiz comes bursting out of the gates in round number 2 with a nice combination up top and a good exchange from Joshua. And already more action in the beginning of round number 2 than we saw all of round number 1.
Joshua just missed that right hand.
Joshua fighting in the United States for the first time, fighting outside the UK for the first time of his career. Each fighter sizing each other up again. Joshua, the former gold medalist who has not lost in his professional career.
It's a real conundrum, really, for Ruiz. He knows he's got to get inside, and with Joshua's jab being his best weapon, it's very difficult to do.
And Ruiz said if he's going to win this fight, he has to let his hands go, even though He is aware of the vulnerabilities that could pose if he does. There's that jab again from Joshua.
Joshua being almost all left-handed here. He's only thrown the right hand a couple of times. You could almost just sense him winning for the moment.
Joshua, one of just 3 fighters who lands more than 30% of their jabs. Triple G and Deontay Wilder, the other 2. Ruiz tried to come in with a hook. And the right hand that time from Joshua caught Ruiz. And then a left hand from Joshua, but a nice counter from Ruiz up top. Probably the best exchange we've seen thus far in these first 2 rounds right there.
I mean, one thing about Joshua, he has been rocked, he has been dropped.
Dropped by Vladimir Klitschko in 2017 before Joshua came back to drop Klitschko twice before finally a TKO win in round number 11. Like Ruiz.
34th professional outing. He's won all since.
The fact that he can stand in front of Joshua.
Being in camp and getting right back in after he got this fight. As there he goes down! Big delivery from Anthony Joshua.
Right over the right hand.
A couple of times.
Oh, big shot of an impact.
Oh, good shot.
Hand from Joshua. Ruiz catches Joshua. The count's at 7. Joshua.
And that's Ruiz. He can time you. That's the
in one of the most dramatic heavyweight round combinations in Joshua.
I don't think Ruiz sees it.
Oh, Andy Ruiz! The gun at him. A massive upset here.
It's a shaky at him. You know, if Ruiz could speed, that put Joshua in bed.
Oh, and he's in all sorts of trouble. Again, Joshua. And he's done. And this is dire.
Time to continue.
Here, walk to me, okay? Look at your hand. Walk to me. Walk to me.
Anthony Joshua is shaking.
Walk.
He is in big trouble.
Fighters. Here's the first knock White timed him early in his career with a nice left hook as Joshua. But then you see Ruiz timed Joshua.
He got straight up when Joshua got hurt.
Straight in the line. Ruiz followed him with a straight right hand and the follow. Should be interesting now.
Here we go.
Now Ruiz, I thought, let him off the hook there for about 30 seconds after the first knockdown.
Anthony Joshua had incredible trouble.
You've got to get back behind that jab. You've got to tie him up inside. You had him out, you load it up. Come on, take a drink. Come on. Come on, listen. You can't load up, mate. You've got to box and you've got to defend.
All right, we're going to get another look. You saw a right hand from Joshua. And then that left hand behind the right hand knocked Ruiz right on his back. But the interesting thing was, I don't think Ruiz was as shaken as Joshua was. Ducked under a shot, comes up with a left hand right on the ear, and that always affects the equilibrium of a fighter. 3 more shots, 4 more shots, one to the top of the head, and Joshua goes down. And the last one, big shots here. Joshua would not have survived if the bell didn't ring.
Start of round number 4, and Ruiz right away on the attack, wailing with the right hand.
Joshua still doesn't have his legs back, Ron.
And so can he get enough on something to try and swing the balance back in his favor and stun Ruiz? Ruiz recovered beautifully from the knockdown that Joshua dealt him at the beginning of round number 3.
And Ruiz, and I understand he's probably trying to save himself if he does have to go the distance, but I think he's got a shaken fighter in front of him right now.
Joshua had been down just once before in his career. Big left hand there from Joshua. Ruiz showing a strong chin there, taking that.
Don't hit him in the back.
Joshua just steps away, takes a deep breath. He's still not 100%.
Remember, Joshua had been preparing for Jarrell Big Baby Miller, and instead gets a much different style of opponent in Andy Ruiz. Inside of 50 days shy of the fight. Ruiz using that jab, and Joshua still doesn't look all the way back.
He does not. He does not. But I really don't believe Ruiz is taking advantage of this.
Ruiz stalking Joshua, who would love to keep him at distance with that jab, and now Ruiz is saying, let's go. Let's go, you want a box?
Ruiz could do nothing but smile. I truly do not believe it would take a lot for Ruiz to get Joshua out of there.
Ruiz using his jab. You know he wants to set up that right hand. Joshua not very active in this 4th round. Neither fighter is. Both knocked down in round number 3, but Ruiz perhaps missing an opportunity here, giving Joshua more time to find his footing. Ruiz creeping in. Joshua trying to keep him at distance, but not throwing many jabs in this round.
I don't even know if you can make a case for Ruiz winning this round.
An inactive round from both fighters thus far after the incredible activity we saw in round number 3.
I suppose you have to give consideration to the fact that maybe Ruiz.
Joshua asking what shot was it that got me, and it was the left hook of Ruiz.
He needs to get his legs back. He has no bounce at all.
This is usually a world-class athlete. You can feel it in his feet. Crowd here, very pro-Joshua, trying to spur him on. This is much more of a fight than anyone expected, with Ruiz dropping Joshua twice in round number 3. Ruiz was asked if he could win a decision. He said, if I'm the busier man, sure.
And Joshua now just pawing with that jab, not throwing it with any intent at all.
He just saw the blood dripping from his nose, and it caught his attention as it dripped onto his glove. Ruiz, big right hand, tried to follow it up with the left, but could not. Joshua still waiting for him to show his power, did with a counter right.
And once again, I'm not sure it hurt Joshua, but it definitely got his attention.
Joshua leaving the left hand down. Was baiting Ruiz, and you know Joshua wants to unload that right hand. Ruiz dives with the left. Joshua still just sizing up Ruiz. After the incredible activity of the 3rd round, both fighters have been laying back in rounds 4 and 5.
Neither one of them doing anything.
And you wonder when the crowd will start to act impatient. The 3rd round sustaining them for the moment. Joshua, big left hook there, doubles up, and now on the attack of Ruiz. Joshua lands a right hand to the body. And Anthony Joshua awake again in round number 5.
Step back, step back. Step back.
And smiling a bit, knowing he's been revived.
Took a step back and took a long, hard look at Ruiz.
Ruiz now trying to whip through the mitts of Joshua. Right hand catches from Ruiz.
Time!
That does it for round number 5.
And I think Ruiz just didn't won the round for Joshua.
Round 6 underway. Nice left-handed jab from Joshua. You can hear his corner urging him just to box. He said, you're looking for power shots. Boxing. Rob McCracken, the longtime trainer of Joshua, imploring him to box. Jab, jab.
And he's not.
Said you look for power shots, you're going to be susceptible to that left hook of Ruiz again. Joshua, nice right hand. Ruiz with 38 punches landed through 5 rounds to Joshua's 33.
A little left hook from Ruiz that got Joshua going backward again.
And again, Joshua just pawing with that jab.
No punches, no punches, no punches.
Ruiz
No punches.
trying to punch out of it.
Box.
There has never been a heavyweight champion of Mexican heritage. Andy Ruiz, both of his parents from Mexico, trying to accomplish that tonight.
Break, break, step back, guys. No punches, no punches, step back.
Ruiz knocked down for the first time of his career in this third round. Joshua knocked down by Ruiz twice in that third. Vladimir Klitschko, the only other boxer to knock Joshua to the canvas. Right hand to the body for Ruiz, and dives up top with a right-left combo. And pushes Joshua back with a strong left hand. Now a jab up top that catches Joshua. Misses with a right, but hits with a jab, and Joshua's just taking the punishment.
He is. He just does not seem right to me.
Leaving his hands down, not protecting himself. Ruiz sticking his mitts where he wants. And Joshua again losing his footing a little bit. He just does not seem to be all the way there.
He does not. You're absolutely right.
Time!
End of round number 6.
Sí, lo tienes que traer. Está bloqueado ese cabrón. Hazlo por sí.
Escucha. Es que si ya lo tienes lastimado, no me pierdas la cabeza. Síguelo presionando, sígueme moviendo la cintura, síguelo tocando. Agua, agua. Síguelo tocando, ¿sí, mijo?
So I have to say, on my scorecard, I still have Joshua winning the fight. Because I just don't believe that Ruiz did what he needed to do. He let rounds get away. Triple G sitting there with Rosie Perez, one of my favorite all-time actresses. No act here, though. Ruiz took the fight that time to Joshua, and Joshua continues to do very little.
Start of round number 7. Can Joshua get a bit more active? Can Ruiz take advantage of what's looked like a shaken Joshua, even in the aftermath of those third round knockdowns? Joshua, big left hand that stung Ruiz, but then Ruiz right back at Joshua, and Joshua in trouble, losing his footing. He's down again. Third time tonight.
6, 10,
And it seems that every time Joshua scores with a big punch, Ruiz comes right back. It's almost like a wake-up call.
Can Ruiz end it here? Whoa, and now another. Can Ruiz counter? Joshua's down again.
Just threw 3-4 punches, left himself open. Ruiz dropped it. Here.
Feels like more than 10. His mouth guard had gone.
Wow, he's wow. And now the new unified IBO, IBF, WBA, WBO heavyweight champion of the world, Andy Destroyer Ruiz Jr.
If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it and subscribe.